What's up, everybody? This is Big Sarge back with another video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the 12 kilo MOS, also known as the Army Plumber, in case this is what you want to do if you decide to join the United States Army. So with that being said, let's get into it. All right, so before we begin, just understand that I am not a United States Army recruiter. I already did my time in the military and I got my DD-214 and I'm out here chilling, living my best life. Also, I'm not an expert in every MOS. However, if you want to know about the 25 Bravo MOS, I can tell you a lot about that. And also just understand that this is general information, but if you want a complete breakdown, I highly encourage you to go holler at your local U.S. Army recruiter. When most people hear the word plumber, they picture somebody fixing clogged toilets, leaky pipes, and busted water heaters in somebody's house. And yes, that's part of it. But when you take that skill set and drop it inside the world's most powerful military, then it becomes an entirely different ball game. And the U.S. Army 12 kilo or the plumber, this falls up under the engineer branch. And these are the soldiers who help build, maintain, repair, and support Army infrastructure, both in garrison and out in deployed environments. So think of bases, combat outposts, hospitals, barracks, showers, kitchen facilities, field sanitation systems, and water supply systems. Wherever soldiers live, work, eat, shower, and receive medical care, a 12 kilo probably had something to do with making sure those systems actually work. And when something breaks, they're the ones that everybody calls. All right, so with all of that being said, let's go ahead and break down exactly what this job looks like. All right, so first things first, why does the Army even need plumbers? Well, this is a great starting question because a lot of people assume the military only needs combat roles, but here's the reality check. The Army is like a miniature city everywhere it goes. So imagine thousands of soldiers living somewhere without running water, working toilets, showers, kitchens, medical facilities, or safe wastewater systems. Well, that's going to become a problem because that can develop into health risks. It could be a morale killer or just a flat out logistical disaster. So plumbers, they aren't extra personnel. They are mission critical. Every time soldiers deploy, they train in the field or operate on bases around the world. Plumbers play a role in keeping things sanitary, functional, safe, and stable. All right, so what does a 12 kilo actually do day in and day out? So let's talk practicality here. So here are some of the main responsibilities of a 12 kilo. First is installing plumbing systems. So 12 kilos, they install plumbing systems in barracks, dining facilities, laundry areas, hospitals, field environments, temporary structures and tents, and permanent buildings. And this can include freshwater lines, sewage and drainage systems, gas systems, fire sprinkler lines, and heating systems. They also read blueprints, follow building codes, and work alongside other engineering MOS roles like the 12 Bravo, the 12 Romeo, and the 12 Whiskey. So just think that this is simply an aspect of construction, but military grade construction. 12 kilos, they also repair and maintain plumbing systems. So things break, pipes burst, water heaters fail, toilets back up, and sewers clog. And while most of us would just call a civilian plumber, but out in a deployed environment, there is no call the local contractor. You are the contractor. So 12 kilos, they troubleshoot and repair issues like leaks, blockages, corrosion, pump failures, faulty valves, cracked pipes, and non-functioning fixtures. And they do it in environments where conditions aren't always ideal. So sometimes you're going to find yourselves in a nicely built building on base, and sometimes you're going to be out in the mud working off of generators. And then as a 12 kilo, you might find yourself working with water supply and sanitation. Now, this is a big one that people overlook. Sanitation, this is one of the most important factors in keeping troops healthy because bad plumbing, this equals bad hygiene, which equals sick soldiers. In 12 kilos, they help create systems that manage running water, portable showers, field kitchens, sanitation lines, waste removal systems, and gray water management. In humanitarian missions, they may even help set up plumbing infrastructure for civilian populations after natural disasters or crisis. And this then turns the plumber into a builder, a problem solver, a humanitarian worker, and a health and safety expert. And then there's also reading blueprints and codes. So plumbing isn't just about tightening pipes until they don't leak. 12 kilos must understand construction drawings, schematics, safety codes, engineering standards, and local environmental rules. The Army doesn't just throw pipes together. Everything is engineered, documented, inspected, and approved, meaning you're going to gain real-world construction and engineering experience that translates directly into civilian life. All right, so exactly how do you become a 12 kilo? Well, here is the training pipeline. So the first thing you're going to do is go to basic training. That's right, everybody starts with basic combat training. While you're there, you're going to learn how to be a soldier. You're going to learn about physical fitness, weapons qualification, drill and ceremony, first aid, teamwork, and military discipline. And whether you're a plumber or infantry soldier, just understand that everybody learns the basics. After that, you're going to get shipped off to AIT, or Advanced Individual Training, and that's where you're going to learn your actual trade. So for 12 kilos, AIT covers things like plumbing tools, pipe installation and measurement, pipe fitting, gas systems, blueprint reading, soldering and welding, threading pipes, installing fixtures, repair techniques, and safety practices, in addition to code requirements. So essentially, you're going to get hands-on experience, not just classroom learning. You're going to be cutting pipes, you're going to be gluing fittings, and you're going to be troubleshooting leaks. Basically, you're going to be doing the job, not just talking about it. All right, so exactly what skills do you need to be good at the 12 kilo MOS? Well, some traits make this job easier. So if you are good with your hands, meaning you like building things, fixing stuff, or working with tools, then you're in the right place. If you're a problem solver, because plumbing is basically detective work, meaning you can trace something, test it, and fix it, then you're in the right place as well. If you are physically capable, meaning you're sometimes going to crawl into tight spaces, carry heavy tools, work outside, or work in the heat or cold, because this isn't a desk job, then again, you're in the right place. Also, if you can be a team player, because plumbers, they work alongside electricians, engineers, construction teams, and command staff, and you're going to constantly coordinate and collaborate with these people, then once again, you are in the right place. All right, next, let's talk about deployment in field life. So here's the reality. Sometimes you're working in a heated maintenance shop. Other times you're building shower systems in the middle of nowhere. So you might find yourself setting up sanitation systems in deserts, creating field plumbing during training exercises, maintaining base infrastructure overseas, or supporting disaster relief operations. Now, the mission, this always depends on where you are stationed and what your unit does. But one thing stays true. Plumbing always matters. If you have no showers, then the morale is going to drop. If you don't have any working toilets, then that's going to become a health risk. And plumbers, their main thing is to keep the mission moving. All right, next, let's talk about some civilian career opportunities. So here is one of the biggest benefits. Plumbing is one of the most in-demand trades in the civilian world. And unlike some jobs, it is not going away. So you can transition into careers like a residential plumber, a commercial plumber, a pipe fitter, a steam fitter, construction foreman, building maintenance technician, mechanical systems installer, utilities worker, plumbing inspector, or a project manager in construction trades. Now, with experience, you can eventually become a business owner, a contractor, or a supervisor, and understand that plumbers, they do make solid money. Plus your Army experience, this adds discipline, reliability, leadership, and teamwork, all of those things that employers love. And then there's certifications that you can earn. So depending upon your training and assignments, you may have opportunities to earn NCC ER certifications, OSHA safety certifications, apprenticeship credits, and licensing support in some states. And these make civilian transition even easier. So you always want to talk to your unit or your education center, because the Army, they can offer help to pay for your licensing and training. All right, so let's talk about the pros and cons of becoming a 12 kilo. So let's be honest about both sides. When it comes to the pros, you're going to gain real world trade skills. You're going to get great civilian pay potential. You're going to have skills that are always in demand. You're going to be doing a lot of hands-on work. There is a lot of career growth opportunities. They're going to help keep soldiers safe and healthy, and you can earn some certifications. And this is not a strictly combat focused MOS. Now, just understand the cons. This is a physically demanding job. You can get dirty. You might find yourself working outdoors a lot. You might find yourself in tight, uncomfortable spaces. You may find yourself deployed. And guess what? The work doesn't stop because it's inconvenient. But if you are someone who doesn't want to sit behind a desk all day, then this might be the MOS for you. All right, so exactly who is this MOS good for? So this MOS is great if you like working with your hands, you enjoy problem solving, you want to trade after the Army, you don't mind getting a little dirty, you want a job that always matters, and you prefer practical work versus paperwork. It's also good for people thinking about construction careers, skilled trades, technical maintenance work, and business ownership someday. So with all of that being said, is the 12 kilo MOS worth it? Absolutely. for the right person. Understand, 12 kilo, this isn't a glamorous MOS, so you're not going to be in the Hollywood movies, and nobody's probably going to run up to you and thank you at a public parade or something like that. But you will build real infrastructure. You are going to be out there protecting soldiers' health. You're going to gain a lifelong skill, and you're going to open serious job opportunities after your service. So just understand that everybody loves a plumber, especially when the toilets stop working.